What does it really mean when a national broadcaster places its spotlight on one name at the most symbolic moment of the year? When the countdown to a new year begins and millions of eyes turn to one stage, not every star is invited to stand there. This year, that moment belongs to Wang Yibo. An official confirmation is never just a formality. When Wang Yibo is publicly confirmed to appear at the CCTV New Year's Eve Gala 2026, the message extends far beyond a simple program update. It quietly redraws the narrative surrounding his career. This is not an invitation driven by fleeting trends or momentary attention. It is a decision shaped by scrutiny, long-term evaluation, and trust. CCTV's endorsement carries weight because it is selective. Every appearance on this stage reflects an assessment of an artist's public image, professional discipline, and ability to represent a shared cultural moment. For Wang Yibo, this confirmation signals that his work has moved beyond individual success into a space of broader recognition. It reframes him not merely as a popular figure, but as someone considered capable of standing at the center of a national occasion. What changes most is perception. Speculation gives way to certainty. Doubt softens into expectation. The focus shifts from whether he belongs on this stage to how he will define his presence there. In this sense, the announcement does not create attention. It refines it, guiding the audience to see his journey through a more composed, purposeful lens. Not all stages are equal, and the CCTV New Year's Eve Gala exists in a category of its own. It is not built solely for applause or spectacle, but for continuity. Year after year, it accompanies families through the final moments of one year and the first breaths of the next. That emotional positioning transforms performance into responsibility. This stage does not reward exaggeration. It values clarity, steadiness, and authenticity. Every detail, from live audio to high-definition broadcast, demands a level of preparedness that leaves no space for improvisation without foundation. To stand here is to accept exposure in its truest form, where confidence must be earned rather than projected. What makes this stage different is its audience. Viewers are not passive spectators. They are participants in a shared ritual. Expectations are quiet but firm. People are not waiting to be surprised. They are waiting to feel reassured, inspired, and accompanied into a new beginning. For any artist, this setting shifts the purpose of performance. It becomes less about standing out and more about standing firm. In that sense, the CCTV New Year's Eve stage does not amplify noise. It amplifies meaning. Some moments feel sudden only because the years leading up to them were quietly consistent. This appearance at the end of the year is best understood not as a turning point, but as a marker along a carefully paced journey. It reflects time spent refining skills, navigating expectations, and learning restraint in an industry often driven by immediacy. A year-end gala is symbolic by nature. It invites reflection on what has passed and hints at what lies ahead. Standing on this stage suggests that an artist's path has reached a level of stability, where growth is no longer reactive, but deliberate. It implies a transition from proving oneself to sustaining one's place. This milestone carries a sense of arrival without finality. It does not close a chapter. It confirms that the story is still unfolding, now with greater clarity and confidence. For audiences, this creates a deeper form of engagement. They are not watching a moment of ambition, but witnessing the result of endurance. In this way, the gala becomes a quiet acknowledgement of progress. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady, and therefore lasting. The emotional gravity of the New Year's Eve stage lies not in spectacle, but in timing. It exists at a moment when people pause, reflect, and prepare to move forward. Performances here are absorbed differently. They are not consumed in isolation, but intertwined with personal memories, hopes, and transitions. For an artist, this means the spotlight carries a softer, heavier weight. The audience is not seeking excitement alone. They are seeking connection. A familiar voice, a composed presence, or a sincere performance can quietly resonate far beyond the broadcast itself. This emotional dimension transforms the role of the performer. The task is no longer to impress, but to accompany. To stand alongside viewers as they close one chapter and open another. That shared experience, repeated across millions of homes, is what gives the moment its depth. It is here that performance becomes something gentler and more enduring. Not a highlight to be replayed, but a feeling to be remembered. In that sense, the true impact of the stage is often felt after the lights dim, when the audience realizes they were not just watching, but participating. Seen from a wider perspective, this appearance is less about what will happen on stage and more about what it represents. It reflects a shift towards balance between visibility and substance, between ambition and composure. In an era of constant exposure, choosing moments that matter becomes a form of discipline. This is where the narrative gains freshness. Rather than focusing on technical outcomes or immediate reactions, the significance lies in tone. Calm confidence speaks louder than excess. Presence carries more meaning than spectacle. The performance becomes a statement of intent rather than a display of force. For viewers, this invites a different kind of appreciation. It encourages patience. It rewards attentiveness. Instead of asking whether a moment is impressive, the audience begins to ask whether it feels right. That shift in perspective is subtle but powerful. It reframes success as continuity rather than climax. And in doing so, it allows the event to resonate not as a single night's achievement, but as part of a longer, more thoughtful journey, one that values depth over immediacy and meaning over noise. As the final days of the year approach, the CCTV New Year's Eve Gala 2026 is shaping up to be more than a celebration. And Wang Yibo's confirmed presence adds a meaningful chapter to that story. One defined not by noise, but by purpose. If you enjoy thoughtful stories behind major entertainment moments, don't forget to subscribe to StarWatch now. Thank you for watching, for supporting the channel, and for sharing these moments with us. Stay with StarWatch now, and we'll continue to explore the stories that shine beyond the spotlight.